Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome to Lukmaan IAS. This is DTRS session, Daily Takkar Rapid Series. In this lecture series, we are daily discussing 10 MCQs based on today's current affairs. And due to technical reasons, we could not hold the lecture for yesterday's current affairs. So combinedly, we will discuss 20 MCQs for today. The lead topic is exercise Malabar. Also, today we are going to witness the historic event that Chandrayaan-3 lander is going to land on the surface of moon, and the touchdown time period has already started. So let's first of all discuss 20 MCQs. We can talk about it later on also, and you are also following these events where they are important. So yes, today's quotation, first of all let's talk about today's quotation before discussing those MCQs, 20 MCQs. Daily we are discussing one quotation which is related to our mains examination preparation, we can say ethics and essay paper. Today's quotation is by Dalai Lama. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. So he is talking about let's say spreading the happiness to the other people. You need to practice compassion. And if you want to be, that means happiness of the self, then also practice compassion. So he is actually the proponent of such human values at world stage: peace, compassion, love. He is promoting since last so many years, and this is, we can say, very important, especially at looking at the kind of violence that is happening in different countries, war, conflicts that are happening within the countries also. Now let's talk about this quotation first part. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. Now, first of all, compassion, we know that it is basically urge to help other people when they are in problem, when they are facing certain, let's say, sorrow, or they are having feeling of, we can say that they are feeling some low in their life, there are problems in their life. So that urge to help the other people, it is basically the compassion, right? So not only the people, but also the compassion can be towards other living beings like animals also. What happens when such compassion is practiced? Other people are getting happiness. How? Because through that helping nature, or through that, we can say, help, support, the other people's problems are getting solved, or we can say we are supporting them to get over those problems. Okay, support is also provided here. So through that, the happiness, we are trying to provide the happiness. Simple example, let's talk about the street dogs. If we are feeding the street dogs, basically we are showing the compassion towards them. So we are spreading the happiness there, of course. Now, if you talk about the needy people, poor people, or simply the people who are living on the streets, if you talk about, so let's say in northern India there is too much of cold, and if we simply provide them the blanket during the winter time period, it is compassion simply. Okay? So if you are providing them food, then compassion. So these are examples you can talk about. And yes, what happens after practicing this compassion? You yourself are also getting happy. How this happens? Through feeling. What kind of feeling you get after helping the needy people? You get the feeling of satisfaction. You get the feeling of contentment. You get the feeling of, we can say that, a sense of happiness, that you have done something, the sense of belongingness, that belongingness to the society, or we can say sense of living being. So value of life, you come to know that what you have got this life, for what purpose, the purpose of life, living the purpose of life. So you can say like this, the true happiness, we can say that is achieved through compassion. So if you want to be happy, practice compassion. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. This can be the success, we can say that, solution to a lot of problems that we see on the earth. बी इट एट कंट्री लेवल और इंटरनेशनल लेवल, ये सारे प्रॉब्लम्स का सोल्यूशन हम बोल सकते हैं ह्यूमन वैल्यू, इंपॉर्टेंट ह्यूमन वैल्यू. Similar kind of, we can say that message is also provided in we can say Mahabharata or Bhagavad Gita by Lord Krishna. So compassion means karuna. So he is also talking about karuna. हर एक प्रॉब्लम का सोल्यूशन जो कृष्णा बोलते हैं गीता में कि इट इज करुणा. Solution, the root, so we can say problem to root causes, so that is compassion basically. Similar kind of things can be written in your ethics paper, right? So let's talk about now today's topics one by one. Let's go in detail. First, these are the 20 topics on the basis of which we are going to solve MCQs. Let's go one by one in detail. First MCQ, the lead topic. Okay. Recently, Malabar exercise was held off the coast of Australia, and the question is talking about the Malabar exercise. Yes, it is conducted annually. That is true. Malabar exercise first started between India and US Navy. Okay, in 1990s, it started between India and US Navy. Later on, Japan joined. So it became trilateral exercise, and last year itself Australia became the part of this exercise. Now this all quad members India, US, Japan and Australia, their navies participate in this Malabar exercise. The uniqueness of Malabar exercise is that it is conducted annually. Along with that, it is taking place alternatively in Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean. At present, it is happening in Pacific Ocean off the coast of Australia. So next year it will happen in Indian Ocean. Last year also it happened in Indian Ocean. So both statements are correct here. All the members of quad group are participants. So this is also correct, we can say. So this is the naval exercise. Remember this, and it is very, very important because quad, all quad members are part of this. Talking from the mains perspective, deterrence to the China and all these things. Okay, so all C is the correct answer regarding this. Okay, now let's talk about the next question. Okay, so what next question is talking about? Yes, so next question is talking about Minamata Convention. Okay, Minamata Convention, we are aware about that. Minamata Convention. Yes, so what this Minamata Convention talks about? Just a moment. Okay, so let us continue. The Minamata Convention. Right, so we learn about Minamata Convention. It is related to mercury pollution, right? In 2013, this convention was open for signing, and in 2017, it came into force. Yes, India has also ratified this. Mercury pollution. We are aware about the Minamata disease, and it is caused by mercury pollution. What happened in Minamata Bay, Japan? So the mercury was getting added into the nearby Minamata Bay through various industrial effluents that led to biomagnification and started entering into food chain. Okay, biomagnification, we are aware about that, the increasing concentration of certain harmful chemicals, compounds, as we can say we move towards the upper trophic levels in the food chain. So biomagnification, it is resulting into more and more concentrated form of mercury entering into food chain and upper trophic levels. We are human, we are consuming fish, and basically that resulted into impact on health of human beings. How it is affecting human health? Mercury is problematic for, we can say that, nervous system. It affects nervous system of human being. Remember this part. Okay, so very simple, straightforward question it is. B is the correct answer here. Combating toxic effects of mercury. Fine. Let's talk about next question. Right. So what this question is talking about? Descriptive question regarding particular festival from southern India. Okay. So central aspect of this festival involves crafting Pokkalam integrate flower rangolis. Pokkalam is basically kind of rangoli. Alongside a variety of rituals and rich festivities including Vallam Kalli, boat race. वल्लम कल्ली आपको समझ में आ गया, एनसीईआरटी में केरला में बैक वाटर्स में रेसेस होते हैं वल्लम कल्ली. पुलिकल्ली टाइगर डांसेस एंड कुन्मत्ती कल्ली मास्क डांसेस, ओनथल्लू martial arts among the other captive. Now all these traditional practices we can say are part of festivities during Onam. A very important festival for Kerala, Onam. C is the correct answer regarding. Okay, so whenever there is descriptive based question, what we have to do, we have to identify the key information, key terms, and then point out the correct answer. Match the following. Okay, so these islands were in news recently, and where they are located. Yes, Triton Island. Triton Island is located, we can say located just between China, Vietnam and Taiwan in South China Sea. That region, Paracel Islands and all those are nearby regions. So look at the match the following past previous year question 2020 regions mentioned in news and reasons for. Okay, so these islands are in news, but yes, dispute between China and Vietnam as well as Taiwan. So we can say this is correctly matched. We have been asked correctly matched. Okay, second is Greater Tun Island. Okay, Greater Tun Island and Lesser Tun Island, they are, we can say, disputed between Iran and UAE near Strait of Hormuz. तो ये जो है ईरान एंड सऊदी अरेबिया लिखा हुआ है, not correct we can say. It is located near Strait of Hormuz. Remember this part, Persian Gulf and that region. Okay, then Srikotan and Habumai Islands. Srikotan and Habumai Islands are disputed between Japan and Russia. Okay, so Japan and USA likha hua hai. Again, it is incorrectly matched. Okay, so Kuril Island chain, if you remember, these islands are part of that Kuril Island disputed between Japan and we can say Russia. Japan and Russia. So only one is correctly matched here. So A is the correct answer. Fine. Fifth question. All these maps are added here. Detailed explanation of all these MCQs is attached in the description of this video. You can watch it later or read it later and make notes out of it. ये सारा देख सकते हैं आप. Kuril Islands, these islands part of we can say dispute between Japan and Russia. Okay. Which of the following countries does not share border with North Sea? Now North Sea was news because UK is going to have some drilling in North Sea in its continental shelf, especially for crude oil and natural gas. किसके लिए है ये? Crude oil and natural gas. That's why it is in news. Okay, so yes, bordering countries and the seas always a prominent area of asking question UPSC. Now yes, North Sea जो है तो location आप सबको पता है North Sea का क्या location है? Yes, on the southern side and we can say part of western side we have UK, then we have Netherlands, right? So then Belgium is also there from the southern side. Then on the we can say eastern side we have Denmark, even Germany. On the northeastern side what we have is Norway. See, Finland is on this side, no, Russia के side में है ना, तो we can say it is not bordering North Sea. One can use that logic. D is the correct answer here. Fine. Okay, so mapping perspective, yes, very important nowadays. Around 8 to 9 questions every year UPSC is asking this. So this is North Sea. You can see this is the part, right? So UK is there. Then thereafter Belgium, Netherlands, France on this side, Germany, Denmark, Norway. Okay. Then let's talk about next question. You can see here also Finland is located here. Baltic Sea, you can say Baltic Sea का bordering country है, not North Sea. All right, let's talk about next question. In the context of green hydrogen standards announced by the government of India recently, consider the following statement. Okay, so what these standards are talking about? Okay, the official definition of green hydrogen includes production of green hydrogen using electrolysis and biomass based methods. All right, so we can say that that is correct statement. Now, second statement, what it is talking? The standards stipulated that carbon emissions should not exceed 5 kgs of carbon dioxide equivalent for every kgs of hydrogen produced. Rather, we can say that it is the government has stipulated that carbon emissions should not exceed 2 kgs. Actually incorrect. 2 kgs of carbon dioxide for every. So we can say it is incorrect. Bureau of Indian Standards will be the nodal authority. Again, not correct. Bureau of Energy Efficiency. Standards का कोई लॉजिक नहीं यहाँ पर. Bureau of Energy Efficiency, BEE, we can say this is the nodal body. Again, we can say incorrect. Only one statement is correct here. So A is the correct answer. Right. Now next question, quickly go through the remaining questions. Incorrect about influenza. There was very good article on, we can say, the Hindu e-paper. Remember, e-paper is having science page, the last page. From Monday to Friday, they are giving this science page and very good articles are coming on this. It is not there in print, we can say editions. It's not there in print edition. So that's why I am repeating again and again. So there were 2 articles on influenza, how this influenza virus has evolved over the period of time and how the solution, we can say the 1918 influenza pandemic that had happened, then 1953, now the 2009 one, we can say that, and now the present one. All these things are mentioned in that, and how these viruses are named, all these things mentioned in that article. All right, talking about this, incorrect it is saying. Okay, H1N1 variant caused the pandemic of 1918. This is true. Hemagglutinin and the neuraminide combination classifies the subtypes of influenza A virus. Yes, influenza viruses are classified as A, B, C and D depending on their different characteristics and how they infect different human and we can say animals. ठीक है, तो उसके हिसाब से ये अलग अलग है. Only influenza type A virus are known to have caused pandemic. This is also true. Influenza D viruses are known to infect and cause illness in the people. Now this is not correct. Influenza D virus largely known to affect animals and no known case to infect people, human being. Okay, so that's why it is incorrect and that's why D is the correct answer regarding this. Next, 8th question. So this was the article. Okay. In the context of Namo 8 lotus variety. Okay. Right. It is a new variety lotus of flower. We can say developed by ICAR. देखो ICAR जो है ये सारी चीजें नहीं करता है. Remember this. Okay. So genetic modification वाले जो होता है वो दूसरे हम बोल सकते हैं. They are different bodies we can say. National Botanical Research Institute Lucknow. Okay, National Botanical Research Institute Lucknow has developed this variety. Remember, incorrect. It is the first lotus variety whose genome has been completely sequenced. This is true, we can say. It is rich in nutrients. This is fine. It is used as traditional food for reduction in malnutrition in India. Not correct. Malnutrition के लिए तो खाना as a food. It is not used as a food, rather it is used for medicinal purpose, the traditional medicinal purpose जो lotus होता है. It is incorrect. We can say only one statement is correct regarding this. All right, fine. ये नमो 108 lotus क्यों बोला गया है? The 108 beads of Mala Sura mythological significance है उसको. Okay, religious significance है and it has 108 petals. Lotus के 108 petals है, that's why the name. Okay, fine. Now 9th question. Consider the following statement about palm cockatoo. Okay, this is actually the exotic species. Recently illegal trade of these exotic species was found in Assam, so that's why it is in news. Okay, palm cockatoos are, we can say, unique species that are found not, we can say, in rainforest or parts of India. India में नहीं पाए जाते हैं वो, ठीक है, remember this, because they will ask about the habitat, right? They are mainly found in where? Australia, New Papua Guinea and Australia, that region we can say, right? Then yes, they are the largest, we can say, cockatoos in the world. This is correct, we can say. They are listed as vulnerable, so again we can say this is correct. IUCN red data list, so answer should be here B. B is the correct answer, right? So they are known for their loud calls. Characteristics आपको पता होनी चाहिए. Then monogamous, mate for life. Then we can say that fine, this much information is sufficient in terms of characteristics. Now, next question. Which of the following statement best describes the Demon particle? All right, so Demon particle, it was in news. What is the meaning here? Yes, this was actually the elusive particle. The researchers were finding this in the space, and yes, it is the composite particle made up of combination of electrons. Okay, it is not the single particle, single charged particle, rather it is the combination made of electrons in a solid aspect or solid phase, we can say. Demon particle is fascinating and mysterious particle that has potential to revolutionize our understanding of physics and technology. Okay, जैसे गॉड पार्टिकल पे हमने नाम दिया था हिग्स बोसॉन को, डेमन पार्टिकल नाम दिया है इसको. फाइन, सो ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर. ओके, नाउ today's 10 MCQs, right? So consider the following statements regarding National E-Governance Service Delivery Assessment. All right, so let's talk about this one. It is undertaken by the Department of Administrative Reforms. We can say that all right, so yes, it is undertaken by Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances. Yes, this is correct statement. Service delivery assessment है e-governance वाला, so we can say it is a kind of public sector reform. It is based on online service index of UN-DESA e-government survey. This is also correct, we can say. What is UN-DESA? United Nations Department of Economic and Social Affairs e-government survey, right? So both statements are correct regarding this particular assessment framework, right? Next question. Regarding debt fund, okay, infrastructure debt fund, NBFCs. Okay, so we have to identify again the correct statements here. Let's talk about this. These are specialized financial entities registered with the purpose of facilitating flow of short-term debt into infrastructure project. Again, infrastructure में कभी भी short term वाला कोई facilitation नहीं होता है. Infrastructure में हमेशा long term वाला होता है, ठीक है, because long term में ही इसमें returns होता है infrastructure में, investment में, short term में नहीं. Okay, so incorrect. They raise fund by issuing bonds typically with a minimum maturity of 5 years to support infrastructure development. We can say this is correct. So B is the correct answer regarding this question. Okay, fine. Now next question. Again, we can say different communities were in news. Yes. So match the following. Again, in past also communities in news, and why? In affairs of, or we can say countries, places. Now these communities, Tagari and Taramani, these are indigenous communities in Ecuador. Okay, they are living in the Amazon basin, Amazon river basin of Ecuador. It is pristine one and it is declared as biosphere reserve. It's part of UNESCO World Network of Biosphere Reserve. That's why it was in news. So Amazon basin, first one correct. Again, second not correct. Then Jarawas, we know that Jarawas are in India, no? Andaman and Nicobar. Andaman group of island, we can say Jarawas. South Sudan nahi hai. Again, it is incorrect. A is the correct answer. Simple one. Okay, let's talk about next. The terms X Reasm and Slim recently seen in news. Term based question, science and technology, we can say. So this question is basically, these terms are spacecraft, space technology. Okay, so names of we can say some space missions, space aircrafts. What is this? X Reasm, X-ray imaging and spectroscopy mission. X-ray imaging and spectroscopy mission. And what is SLIM? Smart lander for investigating moon. Smart lander for investigating moon. Okay, so this is ये जापान का है, ठीक है, और ये जो है जॉइंट इनिशिएटिव है जापान और नासा का है. जैक्सा जो है जापान की बॉडी, स्पेस बॉडी वी कैन से. Okay, so C is the correct answer regarding this. All right, let's talk about next question. 15th one, monsoon breaks. So what are monsoon breaks? There is a gap in the monsoon, or we can say there is break in the monsoon. What is this break in the monsoon? This happens due to two reasons. One, when there are not enough clouds or moisture carrying clouds along monsoon trough, so we can say it does not result into rainfall. Generally, when the monsoon trough shifts to the north, this is what happened in last week. Break in the monsoon in, we can say, past few days in the Indian mainland, we can say peninsular region, because of this reason, because it has shifted to the north. Okay, generally monsoon trough, its area is northwest India and central India. It remains along this line, generally yields more rainfall in that region, monsoon region, we can say, right? And second reason is when Arabian Sea branch flows parallel to Western Ghats, so it does not result into rainfall. Okay, so remember these two reasons. During the monsoon break, rainfall ceases in all parts of India. So yes, we can understand that this is incorrect, not all parts of India. ठीक है, ये आपको ध्यान रखना है, बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्सेप्ट भी है, हम बोल सकते हैं. ओके, सो यस, basically yes, most of the part, we can say, not all parts, because it yields rainfall in Himalayan foothills. ओके, हिमाचल प्रदेश एंड दैट रीजन, हिमालयन फुटहिल्स पे रेनफॉल होता है क्योंकि जो ट्रफ है वो नॉर्थ में शिफ्ट हुआ है. मॉनसून ब्रेक इज कॉज्ड बाय नॉर्थवर्ड शिफ्ट इन द मॉनसून थ्रू मॉनसून ट्रफ फ्रॉम द नॉर्मल पोजीशन ऑफ नॉर्थ वेस्ट. दिस इज करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट. जस्ट नाउ आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड दिस. फर्स्ट वन इज इनकरेक्ट. So already we have got the answer through this when we got first statement incorrect. D is the correct answer. Fine. So we hope that your concept is clear now. Monsoon break, monsoon onset of monsoon, burst of monsoon, and this monsoon breaks and retreat of monsoon. All these concepts you should be having very clear. Consider the following tiger reserves. Which of these or how many of the above tiger reserves are located in the state of Rajasthan? Now, recently NTCA had given the approval for 54th Tiger Reserve of India at Dholpur Karoli in Rajasthan. Dholpur Karoli सही है. रामघर विश्वधारी पहले ही पता है आपको. श्रीवल्लथुर मेघालय ये तमिलनाडु में है. रानीपुर it is, we can say, in Uttar Pradesh. So these are not only two. Okay, which are all 5 tiger reserves there in Rajasthan? ये दो हो गए. उसके बाद में रणथंबोर है famous one. Then Sariska, again famous one. Mukundra Hills. Locate all these on the map. Very important. Okay, try to practice mapping points through map only, because that way you will remember that we can say locations. Look at this: Sariska, Ranthambore, Mukundra Hills, and the remaining one are also to the south of this. Okay, 17th one, public distribution system. Consider the following statement. Public distribution system is part of, we can say, food security, ensuring food security in the country. And second objective is, we can say, that ensuring food prices stability. Fine. Okay, so it is notified under the provisions of Essential Commodities Act. Yes, that is true. We can say under the provisions of Essential Commodities Act, Public Distribution System Control Order 2001 is issued. Control order. We can say this is correct statement. There is only centralized procurement which is carried out by FCI. Yes, centralized procurement is there, but it is not the only one. There is decentralized procurement at different states. Okay, this. So it is incorrect. We can say only one is the correct answer here. Fine. Okay, let's talk about next 18th question. Indian form of government is described as federation with centralizing tendency. Which of the following provisions we can say that supports this tendency? Single and flexible constitution. Yes, this is true. There are no two constitutions for center and state, single constitution, and we can say it is providing centralized because parliament is the only authority to amend it. And some flexible provisions to amend easily. Parliament can amend, like for example, states, names, areas, boundaries, all these things, formation of new states, all. Provisions of All India services, it is also we can say centralizing tendency, unitary factor we can say. Then appointment of state governor by the central government, this is also we can say that centralizing tendency because governor is acting as agent of central government, right? So all three we can say is the correct answer here. Fine. Okay, moving on. In the context of India, consider following statements about uranium. Okay, so yes, Jharkhand has the largest reserves of uranium in India. Now this is not correct. Jharkhand has reserves we can say, but rather major reserves are there in Andhra Pradesh. Anandpur district is also one of them. Anandpur district, Andhra Pradesh, remember this. So Jadugoda mines, of course, they are in Jharkhand, but largest reserves are in Andhra Pradesh. Kazakhstan has largest reserves in we can say in the world. Again, we can say it is incorrect statement. Why? Because Australia is having the largest reserves. Thereafter, we can say Kazakhstan, Australia. Incorrect. It is only used as fuel in nuclear power plants and nuclear weapons. Not correct. It is also used in medicinal we can say equipments. It is also used in industries for different purposes. Okay, so all three are incorrect. So how many statements? None. D is the correct answer. All right. So last question for today about Brahmani River. Okay, so Brahmani River, we can say that it was in news recently, and what this question is talking about these rivers. Okay, it is the longest river. It is the longest river of Odisha. Not correct. Longest river कौन सा है? महानदी होगा ना? ठीक है. So we can say it is incorrect. Mahanadi river is the longest. It is second longest we can say, this Brahmani river. It is formed by confluence of Baitarni and South Koel. If you know Bay of Bengal easily. ठीक है. First one is also incorrect. We can say that it is formed with the confluence of South Koel river and which one is other river? Sankh river. It originates from Garjat Hills. Again, not correct. Garjat Hills में नहीं है. Rather, it originates from Chota Nagpur Plateau. All right. So, how many of these are correct here? Again, none of these are correct. D is the correct answer. Fine. Okay. So, yes, these are all today's MCQs. Yes, online students. Anant, okay, you were online. Okay, yes. Good to see your participation, and I am seeing you after so many days. Right. Okay, so keep studying. Okay. Fine, thank you. Let us stop.